Logan Paul sues LA Knight. In kayfabe, 2 AEW departures confirmed. My review of an awesome Monday Night Raw and more. I'm Luke Owen and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe.
Logan Paul and lawsuit seem to be as good of a match as Dom and Chicken Tenders, it would seem. He is suing YouTube CoffeeZilla for defamation regarding the whole Crypto Zoo fiasco, a situation that has seen Paul the subject of other lawsuits. The Prime Drinks Company is on the end of a $68 million lawsuit from Refresco Beverages US for breach of contract and a trademark suit from the Olympic and Paralympic Committee. And now it appears that we can add one more to the growing list, as Logan Paul has served LA Knight a suit for both theft and damage of property. This was revealed by Paul on Twitter and was in relation not to his US title loss, but his poor Prime Hummer. This is obviously all a work, but an indication that the feud between them will continue. In more actual news, Fightful Select report that word that Knight could win at SummerSlam picked up internally after Logan Paul's controversial comments this week. Now that SummerSlam is in the rearview mirror, our attention now diverts to AEW All In London on August 25th. Most, if not all, of the top matches have been announced, and on Collision it was announced that the Patriarchy would be defending their trios titles against the former champs, the Gang Bang Gang, and a reunited House of Black. However, that might not have been the original plan. According to Abu of WrestlePurist, the match was originally slated for Death Triangle to challenge the Patriarchy for the belts. However, that match was scrapped due to the fact that the Lucha Bros are believed to be gone from AEW at the end of their contracts. Penta's deal is up at the end of August, though Phoenix's contract length is less clear. Both men have been trademarking variations of their names, and Abu reports that some sources speculated that WWE will be their destination, while others have outright said it's a formality they'd end up there. Abu also had an update on the Britt Baker situation in All Elite Wrestling. On Friday, Dave Meltzer first reported that Baker had been fined by AEW and suspended for a couple of weeks following an altercation with MJF. This report was then confirmed by Fightful Select. Abu reports that Baker was allegedly burying MJF and Ospreay at Dynamite 250, and this was overheard by MJF's partner Alicia Atout, who texted MJF to let him know. Apparently, Ospreay was the first to confront Baker and ask why she was causing trouble, to which she reportedly called Atout a stupid effing bee, according to multiple witnesses. As had been reported elsewhere, MJF did punch a wall following the incident, but it was not in front of Baker as some mistakenly aggregated, and instead away from everyone. It was also confirmed that Max knocked and asked to enter the women's locker room to confront Baker rather than burst in, which had also been mistakenly aggregated. As for why Baker was suspended and not Max, well, AEW's HR reportedly decided, after reviewing the information, footage, and witness accounts, that MJF was simply defending Atout and was not in the wrong. Baker herself has seemingly responded to all this noise by denying them altogether, posting on Twitter, "You ever heard a rumor about yourself and actually wanted to hear more? Like, no way, what did I do next?" At the time of this recording, Baker is still advertised to face Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship at All In. Before we get into the Raw review, here's a shout out to the winners of this season of WrestleLeague, where our fans compete in pay-per-view prediction warfare. Our winners were Jonathan Hedman with 129 points, Adam Leach with 128 points, just 1 point off, and Diego Alamunia with 125 points. Congratulations to you all, enjoy your prizes. And now it's time for my review of Monday Night Raw, aka the Raw After SummerSlam edition of Monday Night Raw, in about 5 minutes. The show opened with new World Heavyweight Champion Gunther, a man who set records as United Kingdom Champion, a man who set records as Intercontinental Champion, and now a man who will set records as World Champion. Man, remember when he was eliminated from Survivor Series in a matter of minutes? Feels like another lifetime ago. He also said that he's not a man who gets caught off guard. Enter Randy Orton. Brand split, LOL. Hilariously, Gunther simply said, "Well, that caught me off guard." Orton said that Gunther only got this shot at the belt because he won King of the Ring, but did he really? Bringing up the botched pin from the pay-per-view, which was a mistake and not a planned storyline spot according to Sean Ross Sapp, he challenged Gunther to a rematch at Bash at Berlin in Gunther's home country. He's from Austria, you dolt. Gunther accepted and then told him while his appearance did catch him off guard, he will not get caught by an RKO. This is my Gunther, this is my world champion. And what a great start to the reign. He comes out, cuts a great promo, and immediately goes into a hot feud and rivalry with a top star that's built off characters, their wants, and their needs. This is what I wanted from Damian Priest's title run, so I'm glad we're kicking off Gunther's the right way. Ludwig Kaiser was back in this segment, who is actually German Randy, and he took on Sheamus for revenge for injuring him a few weeks back. I said on the WrestleTalk podcast reviewing SummerSlam that Braun winning the IC title means that Raw's midcard is now open happened to this beefy boys who slap meat division of guys like Sheamus, Pete Dunne, Bronson Reed, Ilya Dragunov, and now we can add Kaiser to that list as well. But beefy boys is overplayed, right? Everyone's done the big beefy men slapping meat meme to death, so I've got a new one. This division from henceforth will be called the Banger Bros division. All aboard the Bang Bus, because we're about to smash each other hard and fast. I can't see any issues with this branding whatsoever. Sheamus won in a great Bang Bus match. Pete Dunne tried to interfere with the shillelagh, but Sheamus avoided and hit Kaiser with the bro kick for the win. Damian Priest stormed to the ring to call out Finn Balor, but Balor didn't come out, instead saying that JD McDonough would face Priest later on, and told him that this was simply payback for Priest screwing him out of the World Championship at last year's SummerSlam. Judgment Day was supposed to be a group of no leaders, so why did Priest make himself the leader? Balor said that he would keep stabbing Priest in the back again and again and again, and was flanked by the new Judgment Day of JD, Dom, Carlito, and Liv Morgan. I'm surprised the group didn't get a bigger in-ring introduction, seeing as though this story has been building for months, but the crowd popped huge for the new lineup. Lyra Valkyrie and Shayna Baszler wrestled for a few minutes. Lyra had the match won, but Sonya Deville and Zoe Stark got in the ring and caused a DQ. Lame. Damage Control then ran down to brawl with them, and Michael Cole wondered out loud, who of these two teams is the most dominant faction? Probably not Sonya's lot, because Baszler was just about to lose there and her teammates had to cause a DQ. CM Punk came out for a promo wanting another match with Drew McIntyre, but Seth Rollins came out for a fight instead. They were going to get at it, but Drew appeared in the crowd to gloat about his win. Neither man would look at him though, so Drew brought out the bracelet and Punk got mad and gave chase. Drew and Punk not being done doesn't surprise me at all, and Worked Wrestling are reporting that they will have a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood. What came next, however, did surprise me, because from out of nowhere, Bronson Reed attacked Seth Rollins. Yeah, Bronson Reed. You know, mid-card guy who gets beat in triple threat matches, the tri-monthly push guy. Yeah, him! He laid out Rollins after a brief back and forth and hit him with a tsunami. He got right back up and hit a second tsunami. Then, after a bit of celebrating, hit a third tsunami. Ref security producers came down to break this up and did a terrible job because he hit him with a fourth tsunami. Do something, Petey Williams! Reed's just hit him with a fifth tsunami! And as the crowd chanted for him to do it one more time, he obliged and hit a sixth tsunami. At this point, with Michael Cole screaming for this to stop, Rollins started coughing up blood. Adam Pearce would later say that Rollins was taken to hospital and Cole announced there were fears of internal bleeding. This was so awesome, like proper awesome. Justin Wang described it as a kids crying in the audience level beatdown. In just one segment, Reed looked like an unstoppable monster, a proper new potential main event star, and I hope this is not a Shinsuke Nakamura type push where you put him in the ring with a top name, then that top name wins and you go right back to the lower mid card. I am hoping this is better. And I'm sure there's nothing else that can surprise me on this show. What the hell? Odyssey Jones? Yeah, after 2 years and 2 draft call-ups, Odyssey Jones actually entered a storyline. He helped the Teenage Mutant Hero New Day beat AOP in a fine little match. And yes, I did say hero, not ninja. I grew up in the UK in the 1980s and 1990s. They're heroes to me. Jones then laid out both members of AOP and gave Karrion Kross the Boss Man Slam, Who Da Man. He celebrated with Kofi Kingston backstage, and it was revealed that Kofi made the call and did not involve Woods in this decision. They also said on commentary that Jones is now part of the New Day group. Alpha Academy danced with them and Woods seemingly forgot his troubles, if only for a brief moment. A-Town Down Under beat Awesome Truth because brand split LOL, and JD McDonough and Damian Priest were having a really fun match, with Priest being super over as a babyface, and when he had the match won, the rest of Judgment Day jumped in for the DQ. Boo! No one will remember this second lame DQ finish though, because they'll remember Judgment Day 2000 attacking Priest and Liv saving Balor, only for Rhea Bloody Ripley to come out for a monster pop to make the save. Dom saved Liv from being put through a table, and Rhea and Priest worked together to murder poor JD McDumbass. This was another awesome segment. Again, I'm surprised that Judgment Day 2.0 did not get more of a focus and the babyfaces stood tall even with the numbers against them, but the visual of Priest and Rhea celebrating was immense. Sonya's crew attacked Dakota Kai backstage so she couldn't have her match and was replaced with Io Sky. These two had an awkward match. It felt like they never were on the same page. Sky won with Over the Moonsault. Chad Gable introduced his new team under their new name, American Made, which brought us to our main event. There was a lot of chatter about what happens when the bell rings when it comes to the Wyatt Six. One of the Fiend's big troubles when it came to wrestling was how matches were laid out. So thankfully, the Wyatt Six lads just had a normal match, and that's a compliment. It's completely the right call. They're not doing ooky spooky stuff, they're just wrestling. But you know, with a bit more dry ice. Wyatt's got a lot of the focus, with American Made getting their heat during the commercial break, and Rowan got the hot tag to do some Brody Lee tributes, and the Wyatts won with some double teams from Gacy and Loomis, and Big Dex doing a top rope splash for the win on Gable. A perfect debut, simple and effective. What a show. We got new feuds, new rivalries, new characters, new groups, new direction. Let's see what you've got, SmackDown. Want to know what Ollie Davis made of the Bronson Reed beatdown? Watch this reaction clip by clicking the video on screen right now.